Hello everyone, Gear Show and Teller here. I am recovering from the flu that hit me. It didn't hit me hard. I was fortunate that it didn't hit me hard. The most I got out of it was a runny nose. And so I'm just dealing with the congestion that remains. That always happens to me. I get sick, even if it goes to the full thing, fever, body aches. Once the fever breaks, everything's cooling down. I just get hit with the congestion for a few weeks. It makes excuse me. It makes talking to my students in class a challenge, but I get through it. I get through it. Well, just a small recap about my other videos for this guy, the Spyderco Dragonfly in G10 handle scales. This knife stays on me at all times because of its size. It's a great knife. Such a great knife. This was my everyday carry for a good solid year and a half, and I used it a lot. Sharpened it on the Spyderco Sharp Maker. Used it a lot, especially in the post office when I opened some packages. And then this one will always be on me, and these two would cycle out. This is the Manix 2 CTS BD30P steel. It just fits in the hand. It fits in my hand so well. I've said before, I love these finger choils that help me choke up on the blade. Open many great packages with this knife too. Absolutely adore this knife. And then the biggest purchase of all that I've ever spent on a knife, about 200 bucks, was the ZT-0560 with the KVT ball bearing system inside the pivot. It's not spring assisted. It's completely manual. It comes out so fast. G10 handle scale. On this side we have the titanium frame lock. Elmax steel. There's a big spiel about Elmax and having burnt edges done by ZT. ZT burnt the edges so they're brittle. Whatever. This knife I've had for a long time. I don't put it through hard use, but oh, excuse me. I don't put it through hard use, but this thing hasn't failed me. Yeah. So after this, what happened is I looked at more and more zero tolerance knives. Absolutely. Looked at more and more zero tolerance knives, and it led me to my next purchase. Right? Here, it's a big sheath. Yes, there's a fixed blade in here, and it has a small pocket right here on top. You can see this clasp. I'm not exactly too fond of it. If I were to actually use this, put this onto a system, it's meant to be a drop leg. So this part here goes onto your belt. This one's velcroed here, and then you have this part. You could put this on the molly if you wanted to, and this part here just goes around your thigh. So it's meant to be a drop leg. Well, what I've seen other people do on YouTube is that they just wrap this around. See, this is the clasp right here. Right here. Wrap this around, and they clip it there. They clip it right there after they take this off. I'm not going to do that right now. But the first one is in this pouch. This knife did not come in the pouch with this fixed blade, but these two blades are similar. If you already know, you already know. It just fits in there so nice and good. I leave it there. I carried this for a while, but it proved to be too much a tank of a knife for me to even carry it every day. This is your ZT zero tolerance 0200 knife, 0200 folding knife. Pocket clip, G10 handle scales. Look at those liners. just look at those liners. And I'll give you a comparison of what liners usually are, how thick they are. So we've got my Endura. Remember this guy? Here. This will be an easier way right here. So we've got these liners here inside the G10, and then I'm just going to put this on top, and then you can see how much thicker the liners are on that 0-200. It's not exactly, it doesn't exactly fly out of the handle. So I normally just do that. It has a liner lock, as you can see, and it felt good in the hand. It's a tank. If any knives out there could be called a tank, this is it. 0 tolerance, 0-200. It's a tank. I've never held the 0-300 or the 0-350s, but I've heard and I've watched YouTube videos saying that they feel just like this guy. This is a tank. It feels solid in the hand, but it's heavy. It is a heavy guy. And as you can see, we got your information right there. Serial number 154 CM steel, Ken Onion Design. Hey Mrs. A, your favorite knife maker is right here. Strikes again. As you can see, the patented Ken Onion recurve. Now, what does this knife have to do with the fixed blade? I bought the fixed blade. It was a whim. I wanted the fixed blade, and I saw how similar these two knives were, and I impulse bought this one. I thought about it, and I got it. It was cheap. This one was an impulse buy. This is your ZT 0100, and I bought them because they look similar. Yes, this blade has a groove and is longer, but the blade design is similar. Handle scales are G10, and everything is nice and curved. There's a palm swell right here. Everything's nice. It fits in my hand so well. We got some jumping up here too. So this can be combat. This is a combat knife. And it's also getting interested. It's also a advertised as a combat knife, fighting knife, and I believe it. I'm sure it's Ken Onion, but he doesn't have his name on here this time. Go figure. Nice knife. Love this knife so much. Alright, everyone. So, Gear Show and Teller. Hopefully soon I'll have another knife for you for my collection. Gear Show and Teller, signing out.